This astonishing story begins with showing some people inside a car. In front of them is a huge tornado that continuously moves closer to them and then engulfs their car. The tornado had already come close to them and immediately took hold of the car. If they didn't do something to save themselves, their lives would be lost instantly. Now, we are shown a scene from some time earlier where a man named Bat is traveling somewhere in a van with some of his companions. We learn that Bat's entire team used to work for the government doing investigation work. They would gather information first, but stayed back to record live video of the tornado as it approached. This prevented them from earning any money by uploading the video. However, now they had decided at any cost to capture the tornado this time. On the other hand, we see a boy named Tony in a family who, while studying in high school, also used to make YouTube videos like us. Tony loved making strange videos. Tony's father was the headmaster of the same high school named Silverton, where he studied. Now, we are shown those same 5 people who had come to a city searching for the tornado. Then, a team member named Allison tells Bat that she is getting signals in her system indicating the arrival of a very large tornado in the nearby river area. Bat signaled his companions to go there so they could capture the huge tornado at the right time, and no one was going to miss this opportunity. In the same city, we see 2 boys named Adam and John, who continuously tried adventurous things and recorded them on video. After coming to school, Tony meets his friend Catherine, who seemed very tense. When Tony asked Catherine what was wrong, she said she had a project that required her to go to the nearby bun factory and make a short video there. However, Catherine had never tried such things before, so she was quite scared. Tony, puffing out his chest, tells Catherine that he can help her with this. Catherine agrees to it. Meanwhile, Allison, Bat, and their entire team had arrived at the location to capture the tornado. However, Allison soon discovered something shocking. She immediately went to Bat and told him that the storm, which was supposed to come a little later, was now continuously moving towards them. Therefore, to stay safe, they would have to move even further away from the tornado. But by then, it was already too late. Ice cubes started falling from the sky, confirming that the tornado was going to hit there. Suddenly, the weather around them began to deteriorate, and a huge tornado started to form right in front of Bat's entire team. Bat instructed his team to keep capturing live footage of it. At that place, Adam and John, the daredevils, had also arrived and started taking footage of the tornado with their cameras. However, no one had any idea that this tornado was much bigger and more dangerous than usual. In no time, the tornado changed its direction and started moving towards the public area. Adam and John, without thinking much, kept moving closer to the tornado, which soon engulfed their vehicle. Bat then activated his car's anti-tornado system, which caused his car to dig into the ground due to its multiple features, making it invulnerable even to the biggest tornadoes. The tornado continued to wreak havoc all around, but Bat and his entire team managed to survive. Allison then informed them that the huge tornado was now moving towards Silverton School, where many students were still gathered. Tony's father and brother were also there, handling all the children. What now? They began to realize that the wind was getting quite strong there. Therefore, Tony's father took all the children inside the school building, but he had no idea that this would not be of much help. Now, Tony's father couldn't see his son Tony anywhere, so he kept calling him. Tony answered and told him that he was at the nearby factory with Catherine, but Tony and Catherine had no idea that the huge storm was heading towards the factory. That huge storm could completely engulf and kill them. The massive tornado was affecting both Silverton School and the large factory. In a very short time, Tony's father's Silverton School started getting completely destroyed. School buses were flying in the air, and the factory where Tony and Catherine were present was also in terrible condition. The tornado wreaked havoc for a few minutes and then changed its direction and moved elsewhere. Tony's father, whose name is Maxwell, came out and saw all the destroyed things. First, he helped the people who were trapped in the rubble. Tony and Catherine also somehow saved their lives and were hiding in a corner. Everyone thought the tornado was completely over, but Catherine and her entire team, who were completely safe, checked the reports and stated that this was just a small tornado. In a short while, a tornado with double the power was going to form, so they needed to be fully alert. Soon, the new tornado started forming, which this time looked gigantic. Instead of going somewhere else, it was heading directly towards the city, ready to wreak havoc everywhere. Adam and John, the friends, had taken quite good videos of the tornado. Allison was asking them to show her the videos because she needed to determine the tornado's intensity, but the boys were not showing her the videos. Now, Maxwell had reached the place where Bat's entire team was located, looking for his son Tony. But the terrifying thing was that the tornado was also heading in that direction, and in no time, it was completely destroying the houses there. Now, Allison was also getting caught in the storm, but Maxwell held onto the car and grabbed Allison's hand, not letting go no matter what. The storm passed in a few seconds, and they were all safe, but now Maxwell had to save his son Tony at any cost. So, Maxwell went to Bat and said, "I need your vehicle. Can you take me in the direction of the factory?" But Bat replied, "You're a stranger. Why should we help you?" Then Allison explained to Bat that the storm was heading towards the factory, so it was their responsibility to save the people trapped there. After hearing this, Bat put Maxwell in his car and started chasing the storm. Meanwhile, Tony and Catherine were trapped in a corner of the factory. The shocking thing was that a water leak started, and in no time, the place began to fill with water. Tony and Catherine had no idea what to do. Maxwell and Bat were continuously heading towards the factory in their car, but then they saw that not one but two large tornadoes had formed, destroying everything in their path. Bat's other team, who were in a van, got completely caught in the tornado. Adam and John were happily filming the tornado as if they were not scared at all. The impact of those tornadoes was so great that Bat's car also overturned. Maxwell and the others tried to get out as quickly as possible. Allison suggested they go inside a large church. But now one tornado had completely destroyed a petrol station, causing an explosion and setting the tornado on fire, turning it into a fire tornado, which was causing even more destruction than before. Everyone was running into the church to save their lives. But now, from Bat's team, another videographer named Elle went near the fire tornado to shoot everything, because such unique things are not seen often. But Paul forgot that this tornado was even more dangerous. As he got a little closer, the tornado started pulling Paul towards it. Within seconds, Paul was sucked into the fire tornado and burned to death. Allison and her entire team were in shock after witnessing Paul's horrific death, but for now, they went inside the church to save their lives, as the tornado might not affect this place. Bat's entire team was deeply shocked by Paul's death. Paul's best friend started blaming Bat, accusing him of sending Paul to capture the tornado's videos. Allison had no idea that Paul's death would be so gruesome. Meanwhile, inside the factory, Tony and Catherine were completely trapped. There was no way out, and water started filling the place. They were holding onto each other, praying for their survival. A little later, Maxwell arrived inside the factory to save his son. Bat's entire team was also helping Maxwell rescue them. First, Maxwell managed to get Catherine out safely and then started looking for his son. But Tony's leg was badly stuck. Somehow, Maxwell succeeded in getting Tony out, but he noticed that Tony wasn't breathing. Maxwell immediately started giving Tony CPR, and within moments, Tony regained consciousness. After rescuing his son, Allison informed them that the world's largest tornado had now formed nearby, capable of easily swallowing EMPF tornadoes. The bad news was that this massive tornado was heading towards the school, where many innocent children and teachers were present. If this tornado got anywhere near the school, it would destroy the entire school and take all the students with it. Therefore, Allison, Maxwell, and Bat set out to save the people at the school. Within a short time, Bat and his entire team followed another route and reached Silverton School. Maxwell managed to evacuate all the students and staff as the storm continued to approach. All the students quickly got into school buses and cars to move forward, but the problem arose when several cars were blown into their path by the massive and terrifying tornado, leaving them with no option but to proceed on foot. At this point, Maxwell had an idea and led all the students and friends into a large manhole. It was confirmed that if everyone stayed inside the manhole, they would be safe. So, all the students and staff started entering the manhole. However, as soon as they entered, a huge car crashed into the manhole cover, causing strong winds to throw everything outside. If this continued, all the students inside would eventually be caught in the storm. To prevent this, Bat risked his life, went outside, and positioned his car in front of the gate, ensuring that everyone inside remained safe. Meanwhile, we saw the EMP's power. The tornado was so dangerous that it was lifting and destroying all the planes at the nearby airport. Within minutes, the entire airport runway was destroyed. The tornado's strength was so immense that it lifted Bat's car into the air. Bat reached such a height that he could easily see the sun, but suddenly, as the episode passed, the intensity started to decrease. Now, with his car at such a high altitude, Bat began to fall rapidly. In the next moment, Bat died due to the fall. As the huge tornado caused immense destruction, it eventually calmed down. Maxwell, along with all the students, emerged from the manhole. They realized the extent of the destruction caused by the tornado. Several kilometers of houses and buildings were completely destroyed. This highlighted that humans, who consider themselves very intelligent, are like ants compared to nature. Nature, if it wishes, can wipe out the entire human species in an instant. With this frightening ending, our story concludes here.